microphone is on. Wow, I'm turning that song off now. It is indicated as off. We'll see how long that lasts. That is funny. Don't tell him the cat is in there too. What? The cat is where? Boy. You know, shopping carts make great cat capture devices. Turn it upside down. Ah. Okay. Anyway, welcome everyone. Glad to have you all on board. Gura is turning 26 on Saturday. Wow. I wish I was 26. With today's knowledge, of course, and then start it all over again. That would be cool and awesome and really, really fun. Anyway, welcome everyone. Glad to have you all on board. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you are watching VolcanoX live stream. And glad to have you on board. It is July the 6th today. It's Wednesday in North America yet. I'm sure it's already Thursday in most places in Europe, and hopefully everybody is okay over there being up this late at night. And anyway, on screen, old stuff from Cumbre Vieja from, I believe, September 28th of last year, or 26th, something like that. And that's what it was looking like at La Palma. So pretty cool. Anyway, welcome first off to my wonderful moderators. Arizona Snowman is in the house. Piggy is here. Lucas Snow is also on board. And I don't know if Joseph Fields official popped in. I didn't see him yet. And possibly have Gary 24/7 AZ Skies in the background as well, amongst others. So I love that. Anyway, I'm glad to have everyone here today, and welcome to all of you. Again, today is not a very eventful day. I didn't see a heck of a lot of things going on, but we are going to keep an eye on things. I thought for a little while that possibly with Pop It going crazy, that maybe there was something going on like a full moon, but I don't think that's the case. The moon right now at present is really actually quite far away. It's only about a quarter illuminated, or a little bit more than that actually. Sorry, it's just roughly, it's 43.34% illuminated, you know, just roughly. A dry volcano season, yep. Anyway, those were some neat explosions up there. And the distance to the moon, it's not very close right now. It's now the distance may vary from where you are to where I am here, but my distance to the moon right now is approximately 386,999.77 kilometers away, give or take a couple of thousand. So you guys can do your own math if you like, but you know, that's just rough. Anyway, yeah, back then, actually I gotta see what day that was. That was the 27th of September last year, and that was when those explosive reactions were happening there at Cumbre Vieja. It was quite neat to see, so pretty interesting. Anyway, somebody said it was a dry volcano season, and I don't know, it may be a dry season, but I don't know. We're going to get something happening here. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. Somewhere along the way, things have got to pick up activity-wise, and we're keeping our fingers crossed that we can get something going on here. So pretty cool. Was watching some stuff on the Sahara Desert today in regards to you know, it's always been, everybody thinks of the Sahara as always being a desert. 9,000 years ago was actually a very grassy, comfortable savanna, and about 1,000 years before that, it was actually a kind of a jungle area in a way, full of lakes and rivers and basically huge lakes and stuff like that. Henry is saying he's buffering, and I'm looking here and I'm not seeing any deviation in my output here. So, as they would say on a broadcast where you're launching rockets, everything is nominal here. So, I don't know. You're actually the second person that's had an issue there, Henry. I've seen that Linda Schoof was here earlier and mentioned that she is also having some difficulties. So I'm wondering if YouTube is got some intermittent problems somewhere along the way. Anyway, welcome to everyone. I'm going to go through names and say hi to everyone. Tom and Pepper were the first ones in today, so they get the cookies. And hang on. Pepper doesn't necessarily like the lava cookies. I got that message yesterday, so we're going to fix this up. We're going to give Pepper a different kind of a treat, and we'll give Tom a couple cookies. So enjoy that, Pepper, and hopefully that'll keep them happy. Anyway, Simi was smoking this morning. Was it? That is pretty cool. I didn't see that. We'll have to take a look and see what we can find, and that would be pretty awesome. Anyway, welcome to everyone. There's the cookies for Tom, and going to say hi to Gura and Mars 2028, King Colin Deadman, Tetra is here, Sasha back in the house. Henry Nelson is also here talking about antique DSL modem strengths again. There you go. Sophie is here. Let's see, who else? We got Henry, got Sophie, and going up some more. We got Tom. Kevin Haynes is in the house. Bo is back. Welcome, Bo. And going up some more, looking for other names. Scott Hartman, welcome. And going up a little more. We got Gura, we got Kevin. Okay. And I know there isn't really that many people in here today, so just trying to figure out who's all on board. We got Sophie. All right. A lot of chatting. Maybe those other ones aren't chatting so much. I'm trying to find the names, and I'm just being eluded by them. We got Colin. Yeah, we got Bo. Going up, trying to find more names. Henry, Sophie. Boy, you guys are chatty. We got Linda already. Linda's watching on her TV. Old Mummy of Hamsters is back as well. Welcome, and glad to have you on board. Going up some more. Echo the Bot is here. Welcome, Echo. And going up a little bit more. Let's see. Did we find anyone else yet? Nope. Looking all the way to the top, and I don't see anyone else. So, yeah, a little less of a turnout today. Not a big deal, and we'll continue on anyway. So, like I said, what we are watching on the screen, of course, is Cumbre Vieja from September 27th last year. Russell Brainerd, welcome. Glad to have you on board. And anyway, I was going to pop over to Italy or Sicily and see how things are doing there. I magically stopped that volcano, and oh yay, great, and just in time. Yeah, it's buffering. Let's see if I can load up that video real quick. I did try to make a little bit of a video here. V special, there we go. Hang on, where is it? July. Where's my videos? Well, I see my videos on July 5th, 6th. There, we'll try that one. And we'll give you that instead. As soon as the darn thing will cooperate and go full screen on me. So anyway, I did record this from about 1600, and then there's about an hour's break in between there. This is kind of what we were seeing. This is a time lapse, so it's not blowing out that quickly, of course. This is over about a 3-hour period. That way we're watching it, and it's scrunched down to about 2 minutes. Yeah. Sophie, I would be worried if it's moving that fast. Really, really worried, because that would mean there's problems. Klaus H., or should I say it in German, Klaus Ha. Greetings from Germany. Guten Abend, Klaus. Hoffentlich alles ist gut. There. And I was actually thinking I should start my show in German one day and just, you know, go through it and just really freak everybody out. I mean, what would you do if my first words were Guten Abend, meine Damen, meine Herren. Welcome zu the VolcanoX. I think that'd be kind of weird, wouldn't it? Anyway, we'll leave that alone for later. But as you can see on that time-lapse video, we are still getting some discharge from right up top of the actual thing. You see where that hand is sitting. I don't know why it was sitting there, but just up from the hand is where that little vent is up top, and then of course the bigger vent from the backside that is very, very full of the old what am I looking for, iron content in that particular vent. So we do see a little bit of that reddish material coming out of there as well, and that's kind of why the discoloration. So that is kind of neat to see, but that was it, and that's it for the daytime stuff that we really seen. And of course we had that other thing buffering on me, and I was trying to talking too much. I didn't go fix it here. Where is it? There it is. And we'll see if we can get that to go back to live. They've been having a lot of problems with their cameras, and I have no idea why they are having the difficulties, but we'll try this again. Let's see if it'll work. Okay, I got that one back to live. Turn that video off, and it appears to be the right time. So 1:07 a.m. There in Sicily, and that is pretty neat. Ein klein VolcanoX Musik. Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway, that would be pretty cool. All of this German talk is a little ironic for me right now. I finished watching a documentary about World War I. Yeah. Don't go there, Mars. I don't know who made the documentary, but sometimes I find that the documentaries are not very accurate as to who does what and who did what. Usually written by the victors is how that history goes, and it doesn't describe the fullness of the situation. Anyway, we'll leave that alone, and that is something, a different subject altogether. So we do want to keep looking at our wonderful volcanoes. Of course, right now, Sicily not showing up, as far as that is concerned. So we're going to head on over to our wonderful Icelandic volcanoes. And unfortunately, visibility is not very good right now. But if we go back in time, since we have the ability to time travel a little bit, we're going to look and see if we can find it. And I just did time traveling here, and no, not a lick. It was about 13 or 14 hours ago we did have visibility. But right now, obviously, you see what you see. This is set to live, and the time is accurate, 23:09. And unfortunately, we don't see a darn thing there. This is what it does look like at Reykjavik itself, the capital city, of course, and a lot of low clouds, as you can see, and not very, very happy for us. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that doesn't do us a darn bit of good. So this was not Haggy Valley this morning. Whoop. I clicked on the wrong one here. Yeah, about here, not Haggy Valley. And that's what we're seeing. Pull that down a bit. There we go. So unfortunately, the weather got socked in as we got into the afternoon, and we weren't able to see too much. There was actually a brief time that it did kind of clear a little bit, but not for long. So hopefully we'll be getting better views tomorrow, so that should be all right. Let's see, hang on for a sec. Okay, that was two very quick sneezes. All right. Anyway, that is kind of unfortunate. We can't see a darn thing, but let's move on. We're going to take a look at what weird back and forth fog. Yeah. And yes, this is fog or low-level clouds. That's something that, how do you, thank you, Piggy. How do you really define what's fog? In Iceland, the clouds come in at a very, very low level. So is that fog or is that a cloud, right? That's something to consider. And, literally, the clouds are coming in at very, very low elevations and basically socking everything in. So hard to kind of pinpoint things. Anyway, let's take a look at the harmonic tremor chart, and we're going to see what's been going on. Got to get myself on that screen. I had to reboot twice for some reason today, and I created a bunch of problems, so I'm going to be hunting for things. As we see, some spikes in here, not really, really big ones, but we do see them, and we are looking at an upward trend. And this is interesting. I'm going to kind of bite my tongue on trying to say that, hey, maybe there's something happening. But, we can keep our fingers crossed and hope that this is, in fact, an upward trend. And we could see something happening. So, earthquake hunting, yep, we will do that shortly. Let's go down here to the Grindavik chart and see how much that differs from the Reykjavik one, or from our Ragnar one. Okay, so instead of seeing the four spikes, we do see the one here right at midnight as well. We only see the other three there. It too is on an upward swing, and we do have some activity there as well. So that is kind of interesting, and we're going to roll back up to the other one. I did notice in this one they had a lot of spikes in here, and very, very active Grimsfjall. So something going on there. Ragnar, where are you? Right about there. Okay, so Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I guess maybe this fourth one that I was counting, I wasn't really looking at it that much, but we do see 5 in here, um, and maybe a sixth one as well. So we'll see. Let's show Dr. Fox. Yeah, show Dr. Fox some love. He needs love today. He's feeling glumpy. He needs love. Grenzed, welcome. Glad to have you on board. And Spooky also made it in. Welcome. And let's see. Did I miss anyone else? Sasha, we got. And looking to see who else snuck in there. We got Henry. And I think, yep, we're good for now. All right. Let's take a look. Charts have forecast 473 of the last 3 eruptions. Okay, 473 of the last eruptions. Interesting. Glumpy is a great word. And thank you, Grenzed. Oh, the sequility. What is it? Sequility? Oh, no, I didn't even say that right. Sequility of my verbiage. Yeah, can be awesome sometimes. Sequility. Sequility? Sequility. Yeah. Boy, sometimes I get in trouble just for saying things. Okay, let's move on here. We'll get over to our earthquakes as soon as I get back on track here and get to the charts. Glumpy, and no, not grumpy, but glumpy. There's a difference between grumpy and glumpy. All right, let's get on here. Anyway, we are seeing what's happening in the last 24 hours. And, of course, the first thing that you notice is we got another star out here in the water. And that is pretty cool. We'll get to it right away. We will look at the other stuff first. And looking at some of the spots out up north here. Nothing big again. These are all little guys, really. And not sure... You know, it's just activity that's happening. That one happened at 9:03 a.m., 3.7 kilometers down, magnitude 1.2. So not big, but still enough to shake it and rattle a cage, if you will. And then we've got this 1.0 right here. That happened at 4:44 a.m., 12 kilometers down. Zooming back out and sliding down, looking for the other two down here. And there they are. There's a 1.4 and a 1.0. And those ones, 1.4 was at 1:20 a.m., 10.1 kilometers down. And the 1.0 was 7.2 kilometers down, 26 minutes after midnight. And that is pretty awesome. Sliding down some more, looking for stuff around Asja. We don't see it there. We do see this little guy, 1.3, and that was from yesterday at 21:34, 3.2 kilometers down. And I thought that looked familiar, and that is, they had another one here not too long ago as well. So kind of makes you wonder, is there something new going on in that area? As we mentioned, looked at Asja, we don't see anything around it. And then we get over here by Bardabunga, and Bardabunga does have a 1.6 right on the edge, and 7.5 kilometers down. 1:50 a.m. was the time on that guy. And then we slide over to the other one, which is the bigger one, 2.1, and that is 8.9 kilometers down. That was actually from yesterday at 2100, or what is it, 9 p.m. Their time. We do also see that 1.5. That's right down here in Grensvatten, and that was at 1:35 a.m. That is only 1 kilometer down, but that's a 1.5. So very interesting to see that guy there. Shallow enough to make you go, Okay, let's zoom in to a couple other areas here. Katla area, we have a 1.2, and not that big. 1.1 kilometers down happened today at 15:35 or 3:35 in the afternoon, Iceland time. And we will go take a look at the other one. Where is it? I seen it here. Maybe not right there, but there it is, closer to Hekla. And that is right there, 1.4 in magnitude, 5.6 kilometers down today from 4:52 a.m. So that is pretty awesome. And of course, Hekla is here. So this is out a little ways, and not sure if you really want to call it something from Hekla. It'd be more from these guys here, and I'm not even going to attempt these names, never mind. Sliding over a little bit more, we don't see too much happening up here. We have this one little guy, 1.2, and take a look at it. 1.1 kilometers down, and 10:15 a.m. is when that happened. George Couto, welcome. Glad to have you on board. And Ola from Portugal, welcome. Glad to have you on board, George. And everything is looking pretty cool. Anyway, looking at the Reykjanes Peninsula, wasn't seeing too much. We do have three little guys down here. Usually they're out here. I'm surprised that they're over a little bit. 12:05, 1.1 kilometers down, 1.1 in magnitude. This guy here, 12:06, 1.0 in magnitude, and 1.1 kilometers down. And this guy here, 0.3 of a kilometer down, 1.1 in magnitude. 5:22 a.m. is when that guy came in. So that makes you wonder what's going on. But as long as they don't get any more, I'm not going to get too concerned. We do get movement there every once in a while. We do see a couple more over here. One just outside of Grindavik, and that is this guy, 4.6 kilometers down. So not that shallow, and 9:28 a.m. For that guy. And then we had another one over here, 1.0, and that would be right in the middle of that volcano, and basically on the hill. 1.0, 4.4 kilometers down was from yesterday at 18:29. Now, I did not skip over Ragnar, and there's just nothing showing up on this map for our wonderful Ragnar. And remember, we had that little swarm up here on the other map. We're going to take a look at that right away. We'll get down here first. We want to see what's going on in the water, and hopefully this will show up. There they are, a whole bunch of them. And again, most of them, you'd think that you would get them along the ridge in this direction. It looks like they're biting across this way, so kind of weird. But let's take a look at the sizes. We've got a 3.1, 15.9 kilometers down yesterday at 17:31, and then we got a 2.5 here today, 16:16, 13 kilometers down, a 1.9 right beside that guy at 2:01 a.m., 8.3 kilometers down, and that's pretty good sizes, 1.9. This one, 2.0 from 12 minutes after midnight, 10.2 kilometers down. And then we got this 2.3 from 9:55 a.m., 9.9 kilometers down. We've got this 0.16, 12.4 kilometers down from yesterday, 23 21 was the time on that. I'm just going to pick off some of the bigger ones here. Yesterday's from 2020 and 10.8 kilometers down. Let's see, this 2.1, we'll grab him. From yesterday, 2211, and that was 13.8 clicks down. This guy here, today, 8:05 a.m., 9.5 kilometers down for that 2.4. Then we've got a 2.1, 11.9 kilometers down at 2:01 a.m. We got the 2.9 up top. On top of that is 9:57 a.m., 10.7 kilometers down. So we do definitely have some activity here. That one is from yesterday. This guy from today's 16:07, 13.9 kilometers down, and 1.1. This is a 2.6 from today's 7:08 a.m., 12.1 kilometers down, and that looks pretty cool. Billy Bob Joe, welcome. I'm glad to have you on board, and pretty awesome. Let's take a look at this. 2.7, 7:08 a.m., 15 kilometers down, and so all of these seem to be, kind of going this way here. And I don't know, what about this 1.3? Oh, I need to zoom in a little bit. And that 1.3, 15.8 kilometers down. Yesterday's 23:10 was the time on it. So very interesting, though, to see the way that is going across there. Like I said, if you think of it as a slip fault, where things are sliding along beside each other, one plate in one direction, one in the other, similar to the San Andreas fault, you would think that they'd be spread out the other way. But these are kind of clumped in one clump, and it looks like they're cutting through the material. And I'm wondering if we are going to get something out there, but we don't know that. Anyway, it happens often out there, and it's a matter of wait and see what happens. These aren't sizable enough to warrant me saying, hey, maybe something's going to pop out, but they are there, and we do have a movement. Hey, aloha to Mark the Shark. Glad to have you on board. And moving over to the other map, and of course we already just explored that area. I'm not going to redo that. I do want to take a look at Grindavik. We did see this 1.25. We do have a couple other ones here that we want to kind of look at depth-wise, and then go from there. This one was from today, 12:38.67, 4.3 kilometers down, and that one isn't too bad. This one right in town here, 3.4 kilometers down, 3:25 in the morning, 0.11. So a very small movement. This is I don't know which one I got here. 0.67. I think, yeah, I got that guy. Never mind. I want this other one here. 10:52 a.m. 0.6, 3.2 kilometers down. So these aren't that 100 meters anymore, or 150 meters down kind of thing, which is kind of neat. These are now 3 to 4 kilometers down, which is really, really actually good. That's a lot less scary for those people. This guy here, 4.15 kilometers down from 13:28 today. And we do see this little cluster over here. That's right on top of that volcano, and are pretty much dead on it. And we see a bunch of little ones. And, again, these depths, looking at them, they're 5-6 kilometers down. Not really an imminent threat of any type. So it kind of makes you wonder what's going on down there, right? What's really going on. We do see this, and of course we see something that is quite unique. And this is, thank you for the 2-minute warning, Piggy. This is very interesting. Of course, here we are, and there's Ragnar, or Galdingadarlos, as they call it. And here's our line. There's our line of fissures, and that's Meridalia Valley and the hills out behind here. And we see some of these 0.85, 0.43 is the magnitude, but less than a kilometer down. This guy 2.03 kilometers down. Very small quake though, but it is 2 kilometers down. This one 4.6, 0.22 is the magnitude. Then we have this one here, 4.9 kilometers down, 4.6 kilometers down for that 0.22. We've got 5.4 clicks down for that 0.39. And most of these are today's, so 5.8 kilometers down on that one. This one 5.5. This guy 5.8 kilometers down. And they're all from today. So it's very interesting to see that activity happening down there. We're going to do it. I think this may end up continuing, and we're going to see swarms moving back and forth here in that whole area. So pretty awesome, pretty weird. But we're going to kind of keep an eye on it anyway. I think we're going to see an eruption here eventually. It's just not sure when it's going to happen, you guys. It's going to be interesting. Anyway, let's pop back over to the other screen. It is just about break time. I am going to get the fire rolling again for you guys while we're kind of watching what's going on. And I'm going to go take a break. So for those who have not yet hit that like button, please do consider hitting the like. I know there's not as many people here today, so that would be awesome if you could. And Pop It is out. Uh-oh, I better get going. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you hear me scream, it's because the cat's attacking. And, all right. On that friendly note, please don't go away. We got a lot more show coming, you guys. And I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I will be back in about 5 minutes. Don't go away. welcome or welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you on board. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. Thank you, Piggy. And let me use my magical powers here. I'm going to stop that volcano. There we go. And that is awesome. And thank you, Piggy. Thank you, Agura. And nope, can't eat them. Oh, darn. Hot dogs you can't eat? Oh, hang on. Spicy fire. Yeah, they are like the volcano. That's your habanero peppers right there. That's what they're like. And Sharon Stewart, welcome, and I'm glad you can hear me. And thanks, Mars 2028, and that is all cool. Okay, so we did take a look at our earthquakes real quick around what's going on in Iceland. I just wanted to touch on a couple quick things there. I wanted to look at Astron real quick since we didn't slide over there on the other map. And also we did take a look at Grimsvatn. We did see that a 1.52 according to this. They also had a 1.6 out here at 1731, and that was not on the other map. And of course out there they had a 2.06 at 3 a.m. and this other one a 1.62 over at Bardabunga. That was at 7:50 a.m. on that guy. And there's Astja, and we didn't see anything else around it, but they do have a 0.9 here, 2.8 kilometers down. 1732 was the time on that guy. Then they got a 0.56 at 3.125 kilometers down. So a little bit of activity. That also over here a little bit we have a 0.38, and that's from 5 a.m. 3.8 clicks down, and then the other one 0.68, 7.6, just about 7.7 kilometers down, same time, 5:03 a.m. So something got shaken loose there, but that's what we kind of seen on this map. I didn't see anything else further out or down here, so that is okay. And of course in that cluster that we've got right here, or swarm, we do see those variable sizes, but you know, it really makes you wonder what is going on here. A matter of fact, I don't think these guys are showing them over 3. I think they've downgraded a couple of them. Instead of being 3, they're just slightly below that. But nonetheless, they are there, and we do see that swarm out there. Makes a guy wonder. Okay, leaving that, we will get over and look around at other volcanoes around the world real quick and see what we've got. This, of course, is the Azores, and that is in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And out from Portugal quite a ways, but that's what we're looking at. We see the harbor down here all lit up, and that's pretty awesome. Sao George, or Sao Jorge, if I said it right, that is the island we're on. The lights that you see across the strait here, that is from the Pico Island, and the ones Fayal Island a little further out here. Kind of a shimmer on the water, and that is from our moon, which I mentioned earlier was at 43.34% illumination, and it is waxing. In other words, we're getting closer to a full moon. Hey, Grandma B popped in, welcome, as well as Vegas Woman as 702. Good to have you on board, and nice that you could pop in. Anyway, that is what we're seeing there. A quick peek. We do know that the water is a little rough. I was looking earlier And we do see quite a bit of white water developing here in that little cove. So we know it's a little bit rough out there, not good for a rowboat. And whoa, look out, I'm blinded by the light. Isn't there a song like that? Blinded by the light. Now, rumors, yeah, never mind. I'm not going to sing that. It's okay. I'll probably end up with that copyright infringement or something. Darn it. Anyway, let's have a look at it. Like I say, this is the other harbor, and unfortunately, we've got very bright lights looking at us. When I last checked this, we did not have 3 quakes. We only had 2, but let's have a quick peek. We've got a 1.5 that happened at 11:09 a.m. Their time. And then we also have a 1.8 from 1639, or just about 1640. And then we also have another one here, 1.5 from 2231 was the time on that guy. And making that screen a little bit bigger. And that is kind of what we've seen there. We do see some older ones out and about. And not sure what's going on, but let's zoom out just a little. There we go, and you can see some of the other islands, which is pretty cool. And of course, that down there is our wonderful mid-Atlantic ridge. By the way, if Geology Hub, or Geo Hub as we call them for short, has a beautiful earthquake, a video out about the earthquakes there and about some of the older volcanoes, and that was posted today. So if you go to GeoHub and have a look, it was actually a very, very good video, and it shows you all of the fault lines and the differences in here. So, you know, this is the Eurasian plate, this is the North American plate, and this is the African plate. So you've basically got a junction where this is sitting, where you've got 3 plates coming together, or sorry, actually I didn't say that right. 3 plates moving apart because they are expanding there rather than contracting or subducting. So that's what's happening. The ridges are opening up and making more land. Maybe we'll have the new Atlantis out here. I also watched a neat video on Atlantis, which I thought was kind of cool. Let's look at the other map. I'm going to refresh this guy because it's not up to date anymore. As soon as it does refresh, or will it? Let's try that again. There we go. It's refreshing now, I hope. Maybe it won't. I don't know. It's taking awful long. Maybe their site is down. Anyway, we do see those ones here. That is on the mid-Atlantic ridge. It's still taking time. It's buffering or something. There we go. It finally changed. Make it bigger. There we go. All right. So, yeah, these ones right here are basically right at the junction of where the 3 plates are coming together. You've got a 2.8, and if we zoom in a little bit, we should be able to separate them. So yeah, the 2.8 there and a 3.1, and that is right there. And it's interesting and neat because you've got a bunch of fissures running in this way, and it's kind of neat if you see them, but you've got one running right under Seo George. You've got one basically running right underneath Pico Island, Fayal Island here, and Pico, and then you've got another one running right underneath these other islands. This is all part of it. We got this one 2.09 hours ago out here. Let's just see, is there any more? Yeah, there's this one down here. 2.6, 18 hours ago, and let us take a look at what's right on Seo George. According to this one, only the 3, but 55 minutes ago, 1.5. Yep, that's what we've seen. 2.0 7 hours ago, and the 2.0 at 12 hours ago. The other chart made those ones a slightly different size, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. We do see everything that's been going on. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are in the Atlantic, and 3 are on St. George. And as we see that 1.5 right on the surface, the 2.0 9 kilometers down, the other 2.0 also 9 kilometers down. So that is quite interesting. Let's have a look at, oh darn, okay, try that again. We'll have a look at it. So there's the one right at the surface. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're short a couple a couple of earthquakes. Not sure what they did with the other circles, but somebody probably ate them. I thought they were donuts. Anyway, we see 2 at 5 kilometers, 2 at 9, then 1 at 11, and 1 at about 13 or 14, 13 and a half. So it gives you a pretty good idea of what the depths were, and not anything major to worry about, I don't think, since the 1 is up there, the rest, I don't think that's really rattling the cage too much, and pretty quiet in that sense. So let's leave the Azores be, and get it, Azores be, no, never mind, bad pun. Okay. Moving on, next volcanoes on our list. That is, let's see what we got there. Should be Mexico. Mexico, where is my Mexico? Mexico's not working. Popocatépetl is broken. Oh, we don't want that. And they're suffering here as well from a commercialitis. How about one that is not having tantrums? Okay, that one we can't see. If we go back, we do see about 8.5 hours ago. This is Fuego de Colima, and that is south of Guadalajara, Mexico. Okay, I don't see it doing anything right now, so it should be okay. And we haven't seen too much activity from it. I'm going to put that back to live so I know where it is. I thought I refreshed that, but I guess that is not doing its thing. Let's skip these ads and see. There is our Popocatépetl, and right away it's buffering again. So obviously something isn't working quite right with their signals. It's been doing that all day, but you can see what is going on. There's the other one. Gets the time moving forward a little bit, fairly recent, and you can see that there is some output from the volcano with looking at what we've got there. And yeah, they must have some internet problem. They are buffering. And let's leave that be. I don't know if we can pop back too far here. This is about 8 hours ago. Very quiet looking, and you'd almost say that thing is asleep, right? 8 hours ago. If we go about 8 hours back here, that's the same thing, and that's what we were looking at. So very quiet, and then it moved back into a little bit more active state. I'm wondering when that did that, why it's buffering like that. Yeah, that's from earlier, but you can see that there is definitely some output from Popocatépetl. Daryl R, welcome. Glad to have you on board. Great pun. Yeah, thanks. Okay, I'm moving along. Fuego, and again, Fuego has been in the clouds all day long, and of course they don't have the DVR function on their camera anymore, and I've been looking to see if I'm can record it all day or not. But that's going to take too much resources for me to try to do that and get just a gray screen all a day. Yeah, no Fuego from, and that's the Fuego from Guatemala as opposed to Guadalajara. All right, let's carry on and we'll take a look. Talika, still no update on the pictures or camera fixed. And there we can actually see a Mombo Tombo, and that is actually pretty awesome. That picture from 1402, we definitely see at the top of the volcano, and the darker areas where the lava flows have gone in the past. And it is off gassing and doing its thing. So Mombo Tombo is it actually gave us a full picture today. Wow, I'm impressed. And that is pretty neat. And let's, Mombo Tombo rocks. Let's move on to the next one. This is Messiah. This is also in Nicaragua. And we do see Messiah is producing more of that wonderful smoke, steam / ash-filled off-gassing, whatever's all in there. But we can definitely see the crater here and the material coming out of it. So that is awesome. Let's move on to our next one. We'll go all the way over to Indonesia. And, well, that is Indonesia. Let's see if we can find a volcano in that mess. And what do we got there? Well, we do have a volcano on 2 of them, and that's not a bad shot, but that's not the sign the lava's coming out. We do see that it does have a glow up top here. We actually see stars in the background as well. And this is usually where that lava is rolling down, and we're not seeing any there. So even when we zoom back a little bit more here at, hang on, right around here, somewhere about there, we did have a little bit of flow happening, but nothing overly major, nothing that would make you want to write home and say, hey, look at this. So thank you, Piggy, for the 5-minute warning. And that is Merapi gone flappy. Yep, she's not producing as much as she should be. But it was producing more SO2 gas. So that is something I'm kind of wondering about. Slow down in lava production and increase in SO2. Anyway, real quick look. There's the other shot at present, and that's kind of the squishy cameras. And let's jump over to New Zealand for a second. And there is wonderful ski mountain Ruapehu. And Ruapehu is on the North Island of New Zealand. And there we go. He's zooming in for us, really nice, and that is a gorgeous looking volcano. Oh, hang on, you guys can't see that. I gotta fix that. There. Now you can see the gorgeous looking volcano. My bad, but fixed it up in time so you can actually see it. So really good looking, and he's gonna zoom in a little bit more. That's great. Look at that snow on there. Isn't that amazing? Doesn't that just make you want to run away? I mean, go skiing. And he's looking for any off-gassing that's happening, and there doesn't seem to be a lot. I don't know if there's people up there or not. Hard to tell. But they are moving around and looking around for people skiing without a ski license. No? I have no idea what they're doing there. But yep, that's the ski hill. You can see the lifts there and everything. And that'd be awesome to be skiing on the side of a volcano. Now I can envision this, that you know, a lava flow as you're coming down, and it would be pretty nuts. Have I heard from Yvonne lately? Yes, I did. She was um, doing her thing today. She said, "Yep, tremors are up slightly in there." What? Ski do? Ski don't. Yeah. I don't know if you want to do either ski do or ski don't, because that could be dangerous on that thing. You know, if you can envision a lava getting into that snow bank, and there you would get instant melting and an instant wall of water washing down the other snow. And yes, that would actually create some kind of incredible horror, and you'd have to run for your life. Anyway, one more volcano real quick, which is actually four volcanoes, but let's get over to it, and then I am going to go on a break. And there we got top left, Luolatok, and bottom is a Semeru on the left side. Both of them have little plumes, and we can see that there and there. And of course, Ewu, Ewu, we love Woo. And Ewu is out here doing its thing, not very much. And Krakatoa, if you look at that little chart, you see Krakatoa came to a peak and then dropped back off. It was actually pretty nice. It was during the nighttime. You could see that it was doing its thing, definitely off-gassing and lit up. So darn thing is actually doing what it's supposed to. And you do see that lenticular cloud on top of Luolatok. So pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to go for that break now. And actually that one you could see stuff here too. That was 5:15 a.m. by the way, 4:15 over on the other side, which is a time zone further to the west. So that's what we see on those. Anyway, looking pretty nice, and if we go back a little further in time, we can see still from Semeru and Krakatoa, but we can't see the other two. All right, I will put that back to live so I don't lose track of where we are. I'm gonna pop back over here, and we will throw back the fire for you guys, and I'm actually gonna back that up just a little bit and leave it there. And I'm gonna leave that, and we'll make that happen. So please, for those good people that are here, if you haven't hit that like button yet and you are enjoying the show, by all means do hit it and help us out. And yes, Volcano Memories, Memorex. I get it. VolcanoX, Memorex. Oh, never mind. Bad pun. Okay. Hit that like button, you guys. And also subscribe if you haven't done so already. That would be awesome. Right now, we do have it in an open mode, so you don't have to be subscribed to be able to chat. But please, if we do have spam coming in, we will turn on subscriber-only mode. And then it will take 5 minutes before you can get in there. After you subscribe, it's going to take 5 minutes to be able to chat in the chat box. On that note, I'm going to go for a break. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I will be back in 5 minutes with bacon seeds, and that'll be good. And Curly and BB were both in eating a few minutes back. Just so you know, I'll be back, you guys. Thanks. Alrighty, there we go. Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you guys on board, and a beautiful day. Let's see, we got a few more people popped in, and okay, Maria, welcome, and yeah. I'm sorry that you've got some bad news there, and that is always one of those things. Just remember, we're all here, and we do care. So please, relax a little and do what you need to keep your mind preoccupied and think about things in right light, if you will. And I know sometimes life is a little hard, and some things that come along are difficult to deal with. So hopefully things will pass and smooth out for you. Thanks, Sharon Stewart, saying, I hear you, Dr. Fox. Yay. And awesome. Glad that you're able to hear me. And let's use my magic. I'm going to stop that volcano midstream, and we're going to go over and have a look at some bacon seeds, you guys. And yeah, big hug for Maria, of course. And okay, that was yesterday's last one, so let's get on to today's. That's exactly what I feel, Dr. Fox. That's why I wanted to join the chat tonight. I'm glad you're here, Maria. And yeah, it is always wonderful, and don't be offended by that. Of course, this is our pig that says, if you don't like bacon seeds, this is a message for you. And that is how it works. So, yep, Sassy Pig. And I think that pig's name is Sassy. Okay. There we go. Now, this is a little bit more of the bacon seed type. That's the Baal Ham House Cup. And you got to look at that. That is a beautiful little bacon seed in there. And just a tiny one. Cup of pig. A cup of bacon. It's a cup of bacon. And that is what we're seeing. Beautiful. And let's move on to our next wonderful bacon seed, and that is this guy playing soccer. Or hang on, he's on some artificial turf, eyeing up his prey. Yes, that's what he's doing. He's eyeing up his prey. He's about to attack, and his prey doesn't seem to be moving. Anyway, beautiful. He doesn't look like he needs another apple inside him. He looks like he's got one in his tummy already. And I don't know, is that a nectarine? I think that looked like an apple. Could be either or. I don't see a stem on it, so difficult to tell. But yep, could be either or. Could even be a plum, for all I know. And we have plums that look like that as well. And we know pigs are small, and that would be pretty cute. Okay, next bacon seed. Let's see what we got here. Some bacon seeds with talent. And he's saying, hey, look at me. I can balance this ball on my head. And that is pretty wild. So maybe it's an apple. Well, that's what I suggested, but that's an apple. That's what I said. And soccer piggies. Yep, we do see the goaltender in the background there, and I'm not sure whose team is what, but that does look pretty good. And I hope the better team wins. All right, let's get on and take a look at our next bacon seed. And that looks like, I think he might be the referee. I don't know if he is or not, but that still looks pretty cute. And he doesn't look like he's starving at all. Definitely not. That might even be, no, I don't think that's a pot-bellied pig, but definitely pretty cute. Are you looking at me? Possibly a blue piggy. Yeah, that could be a blue pig with red hair or blonde hair. Pretty awesome. And one more bacon seed to go, you guys. Let's see what we've got. Holy mackerel, we got a whole basket full. We've got a 6-pack. They seem to come in 6-packs quite often. And these are definitely little tiny bacon seeds. So that is what we've got today. It's a group hug. Yeah, there you go, Sasha. And that is awesome. We love our bacon seeds, you guys. And they are wee little seeds, absolutely. And tiny little ones that will grow up to be massively big ones. Unless they're mini pigs, then they will grow up to be little ones. So pretty awesome. And let's carry on and go to other volcanoes around the world, and we'll see what's happening. Not sure what we're going to see, but let's give it a whirl. And we'll head over to Yellowstone first and see where they're at. Okay, I'm not seeing too much going on at Yellowstone right now. We'll maybe visit that again in a little while. Oh, hang on, they're swinging the camera. Nope. Okay. They swung it around. USGS does have an update from Yellowstone that they put out at the beginning of the month here. And I'm going to see if we can actually play that after we do the Hawaii thing, because I have the USGS open in there. So where's Sasquatch? I have no idea. I haven't seen them ever since they chased the buffalo out of there because the people were foolish and bugging them. And I guess the Sasquatch kind of went and hid as well. And we haven't seen too many. So we'll see what happens. Let's carry on here, though. And we'll go zip over to Japan. And there we do our thing here in Japan. But don't take a picnic basket. Oh, but it's the picnic basket that is so important to Boo Boo and Yogi. Oh, okay. Anyway, there we are in Japan. And of course, that is Sakurajima. And I'm not even sure if it was showing any glow during the night. I didn't even check. If we go back about 6.5 hours ago or so, and we don't see much there. About 7.75 hours ago, we see some stars, but we don't see any glow. And this is about 8 hours and 20 minutes ago. We don't see a heck of a lot of anything other than a little bit of cloud coming out of there. So I'm going to put that one back to live. Let's take a look and see what it looks like from afar. No ice cream boat there at this present time. It looks like the guy is leaving. We missed him, and it is unfortunate. We'll have to come back and see. Yep, Sakurajima underneath that cloud, so we're not seeing a heck of a lot. Let's see what it looked like a little bit earlier here. We did see it kind of not bad earlier, like that. And yeah, the ice cream boat was there at that point in time. But that is back before now, so we're not going to worry about that. Let's have a look at, there's your close-up shot of the crater. And I don't think we had too much visibility earlier either. And this is kind of what it looked like. That's about 3.5 hours ago. So not seeing anything come out of there. No big explosions, no drastic lava flows or anything like that. So I think it's pretty safe to say it's quiet for today. And I'll leave that on there for a second. Next volcano. That is actually Mount Fuji, and we don't see Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji is hiding in the clouds, so not much we can do with Mount Fuji today. And yeah, that is clouds from earlier, and that is just about up to now. So yeah, no view of Mount Fuji, darn it. And let's move up a little bit more, and there is ASO. And ASO is the way it is spelled. It is ASO-san, and that is definitely doing some heavy-duty off-gassing. Now, remember, it's been raining there for a few days again, so we probably have a lot of water in that caldera, and that is going to steam off for quite some time. And we see some of those plumes going up and helping out the rest of the clouds in the neighborhood. So definitely got some pluming coming out of there. Although it is somewhat on the slow side, it is happening. And that is what we've got. And it's doing all right. I'm not going to worry about it. And next volcano is, of course, the one we can't see. You can barely make it out. And that, of course, is what we call our pea soup channel. And that, actually, that's not live. That's from, what is it? 2011, their time. That we could see, but I think it was this right up to date here that we couldn't. Oh, maybe we can now. We can kind of sort of see it, and you can see where the caldera is up top, but we can't see anything else. Too dark and too bad to be able to see what is actually going on there at that volcano. We do know it's off-gassing because it is creating lots of SO2, and we do see the occasional bit of lava, but we haven't seen that in this bad weather today. All right, sneaking back over here, still don't see any new ice cream boats. We know that other one is gone. He's over there. I can see him. He's leaving a trail behind. Just follow the crumbs. You'll get there. And anyway, we do have speedboats down there, so if you want to go catch them, you can, again, go down just like you do normally, and you can rent a speedboat and then catch up and get your ice cream that way. Fiji apples are great. Or Fuji apples are great. Sorry, Fuji, yeah. John Shepard, welcome. And let's see, did I miss anyone else popping in? Daryl R., I said hi to you, didn't I? I hope I did. So, pretty cool. All right, let's leave that be. I'm popping over here, another cloudy volcano, and of course, that is Taal volcano, courtesy of Taal meditation. And there we go, get that back on the screen. And it's doing what it's doing. Not sure why we're seeing so much cloud today, but I can't help that, you guys. Unfortunately, it is the way it is. So, yep, Taal, buried, I say, in clouds. Now, I don't know if this Taal is increased in off-gassing or not. I was trying to have a look at some charts today, and I really couldn't tell where the gas levels were on those charts, so wasn't able to find that out. But I'm curious if it had an increase or not. We know Krakatoa did increase in what it was putting out, so thinking that Taal may be doing the same thing, or we hope anyway. We'll see how it goes. pardon me. And let's move on over, and that is Hawaii, and we'll make that a little better. Okay, that was from 2:31 a.m. Today, and that's what it looked like. Very difficult to tell the level with the coloring and stuff, but we can see that it is down still quite a ways, just not sure how much. So have a look at what it is now. There we go, and it looks like maybe it's got just a tad bit more lava level in it than it did before. Anyway, down here you can see some of that smoke. That's where that lava tube is that comes in and feeds the lava pond. And looking at it, yeah, 2 to 3 meters down as far as the lava level is missing, and that's kind of what we're seeing. We do see a little bit of a glow right there, and that is that little lava tube underneath that feeds over here into our so-called toe area. I am watching these cracks all the time. This crack is getting wider and wider all the time, and this appears to be slumping down. And I'm wondering if we're going to see this break off, and we're going to end up with it eventually creating a larger lava pond here. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the future. Flipper, I don't know if that's Flipper or not. Yeah, but it could be. Looking at this shot, very hard to tell what's down there. But that is your primary vent. Here's that little hornito where the divider is and the lava flow into the pond. We'll refresh that as well. There we go. Primary vent right there. Flow into that little secondary vent. Right here. And then that smoke is what we've seen on the other picture when we're looking at this down here on this right hand side. That is that smoke that we're seeing right there. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, this shot does kind of show a little bit of a ring all the way around this of the wider area, and then of course this is kind of darker in comparison to the material around the outer edges, which is a little bit newer stuff. So this area is uplifted or raised, and that is kind of what we've got there, and looks pretty cool. And let's see if we go in to the other one. Yeah, this one, I don't know if they fixed the camera. I didn't refresh it. No, I'm still not fixed. I do know this one is fixed though, and this is from 2:28 a.m. There's your primary vent. There's that little hornito and the lava tube, of course, feeding that area in here. And again, you can see the darker area in the center here that is basically uplifted or floating, if you will, on top of the other lava. And this is the newer stuff on the outsides. So pretty awesome to see that. Now, I was going to try to go have a look at that other video. Actually, I think I'm going to save that for tomorrow because I don't have it loaded. It's always a little bit difficult. But I do have this one loaded, and we're going to actually throw that on. This is a USGS video, and it is a flyover that was from May 10th of this year, and that is of Kilauea. And we thought we'd throw that in just to let you guys have a look at it. And aerial footage is always beautiful to see, and that is pretty cool, pretty awesome. Looking at some of those slump lines there, the cracks, makes you wonder if some of that stuff is going to fall back into the crater. And that is pretty cool. And there, of course, Kilauea doing its thing. Again, this is from May 10th. Mars 2028. I like these flyover views. Yep, me too. I am an aerial photography nut, if you will. I do like that stuff. What a hot hummingbird! Yeah, yeah, hot, awesome hummingbird. A lot of smoke going out there. They spun around a bit, and I guess they were looking at it from different angles. So looks pretty cool. And May 10th, it was already up in level a little bit, but not as high as it is now, with that center area uplifted even more. But you can see those stretch lines. Are you dizzy, Dr. Fox? No, I don't get dizzy doing that kind of stuff. I'm pretty good with flights, and flying is not a bad thing. And even flipping an aircraft and doing what we refer to as incipient spins and things like that, I'm not too worried about it. And I don't really get motion sick or anything like that. So that is pretty cool. This time around, they were a little bit closer, and that is a little bit more interesting when they get closer to the ground. And you have to kind of wonder, say, hey, maybe you should lift up a little bit. We get a better view from above. But I notice they're flying over most of the cool stuff. They're not flying over the actual crater itself in the middle. So that would create a lot more issues as far as the way flight would be concerned. And this was actually a pretty neat to be able to see it. I wish I would have been there. I wish I could take a flying trip there. So that was it. I want to see if I can go back to the USGS here real quick and see if I can find that other video that they just put out. Oh, yeah, here it is. So this one's got audio to it. I'm actually going to let it play. This is about Yellowstone.
Hi everybody, I'm Mike Poland, the scientist in charge of Yellowstone Volcano Observatory, and this is the monthly update for July 1st of 2022.
Now, of course, the big event in Yellowstone during the month of June was the flooding. Between June 10th and 13th, an atmospheric
this is just
river event
absolutely
impacted the
crazy.
area. That's a weather system of warm, moist air from the tropics.
Watching that flooded
it dropped
area.
more than 2 to 3 inches of rain in places in the Yellowstone area. And this contributed to helping to melt some of that snow that was on the ground. It was an unusually cool and snowy spring. And all of this water ended up in the river systems. In fact, because of the long history of monitoring rivers in the Yellowstone area, we know that this flood was unprecedented in the history of that monitoring. There is a stream gauge on the Yellowstone River in Corwin Springs. This is just north of Yellowstone National Park, with a record that goes back to 1892. Now, the previous high water mark at that gauge was 11.5 feet, and that occurred in 1918, along with a flow rate of about 32,000 cubic feet per second. But on June 13th, at that gauge, the record high was shattered as the flood level reached 14 feet, and the flow rate was in excess of 50,000 cubic feet per second. And of course, it caused a tremendous amount of damage to the road system.
That's a big difference, going from 11 feet to over 14 feet.
This will be something that the park recovers from quite a while.
A maximum
Unfortunately,
floods.
the park is reopening. As of July 2nd, the northern loop should also be reopened. So there are really intense efforts to try to get Yellowstone reopened so people can see this amazing landscape. YVO has gotten a lot of questions as to whether or not the large amounts of water that were in the system might impact seismic activity or hydrothermal activity, and the answer is probably not. It is true that faults can be lubricated by water, but most of that water comes from beneath. It rises up from depth and doesn't necessarily percolate down from above. There's also no indication that there would be an increase in any threat of hydrothermal explosions. Those are episodes where subsurface water suddenly flashes to steam. You need an event to cause that, for all of that subsurface water to suddenly turn into steam, a depressurization event of some kind. And the flood just doesn't do that. The one possible impact we might see is perhaps a little bit more frequent geyser activity. There is evidence when we look back at the long record, for example, of Old Faithful eruptions, that years with more precipitation see a slightly more frequent eruptive interval for Old Faithful, and that the time between eruptions decreases slightly. It's not much, maybe a few minutes, but it is statistically significant. And whether or not that occurs as a result of this precipitation in June or precipitation going forward, well, that's something we'll just have to wait and see. So now turning to the earthquake and deformation and geyser activity that we did record during the month of June. The University of Utah seismograph stations, which tracks earthquake activity in Yellowstone through the Yellowstone Seismic Network, located 149 earthquakes, which is pretty average for the Yellowstone region. The largest event occurred on June 12th, and it was a magnitude 2.4 located just to the south of Mammoth Hot Springs. Now, this was part of a swarm of events, of about 67 events that occurred in mid-June, and in late June, this swarm continued with another 29 events or so, and then there was a small swarm during the early part of June, June 7th, that occurred in the southern part of the park. So earthquake activity in the Yellowstone region during June was pretty normal.
Yep,
now let's
normal.
turn to ground deformation. This is vertical deformation at the White Lake GPS station. This is on the east side of the caldera, the Sour Creek Resurgent Dome. Each one of these blue dots is 1 day's worth of data, and this plot spans 2 years. Downward trends indicate subsidence, and upward trends indicate uplift. Now, over this 2 period, the region has gone down at an average rate of 1 to 2 inches a year or so. And we've been seeing that at the station since 2015. And that really has continued up to the present. That subsidence may be pausing right now, but that's a pretty common event in summers. You can see the same thing happened during the summer of 2021 when that subsidence pause turned into a slight amount of uplift. And this is as rainwater and especially snow melt percolates into the subsurface and sort of puffs the ground up, kind of like a sponge soaking up water. Moving to the other side of the caldera and the Mallard Lake Resurgent Dome, this is from a GPS station near Old Faithful, and we see the same overall trend of subsidence over this 2-year time period. But again, it occurs in slight episodes as meltwater infiltrates the ground and puffs it up like a bit of a sponge during summer months. At the Norris Geyser Basin, we haven't seen many changes in the last couple of years. There's this deviation here that occurs in December of 2021, but that's because of snow covering the GPS antenna. Once that snow went away after a particularly severe winter storm, we were back to the previous level for this station. So that's sort of an anomaly there caused by weather. It looks like there is a slight amount of subsidence, maybe half of an inch or so, that's occurred over the last couple of months at Norris. Otherwise, things are pretty steady in the Norris area. And finally, turning to everyone's favorite geyser, Steamboat Geyser, the tallest geyser in the world in the Norris area. We had 2 eruptions during the month of June, one here on June 10th and one here on June 20th. This is the temperature record in the Steamboat outflow channel. All of this sort of up and down activity, minor eruptions that culminates in a major eruption, then the geyser goes dry and we see daily temperature variations just from solar heating, more minor eruptive activity culminating in a major on June 20th, and then back to that daily temperature variation due to solar heating. Now, we're not seeing, as of the end of June, any minor geyser activity that's recorded by this particular sensor. And we expect to see that kind of minor geyser activity before any major eruption. So it doesn't appear that there is a major eruption that is imminent right now, but of course we'll just have to wait and see whether Steamboat gives us a bit more of a show in the month of July.
Well, that does it for the July 1st, 2022 update. Now remember, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to email us anytime. Our email address is yvowebteam, that's all one word, @usgs.gov. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, have a great month. See you later.
Okay, and that's it for that one. So that is pretty awesome, you guys. And I am going to go take another break here. And that is hopefully something that you guys, yeah, I am here, definitely, Judy, and welcome, and hi to Clark Hall as well. I was just throwing that video on so you could see a little bit about the flood and what was going on at Yellowstone, and that was the USGS update that they had, and that is pretty cool. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for right now. I'm going to go take my break, you guys. Please enjoy the lava flowing here, and I will be back in 5 minutes or so. For those who have not yet hit the like button, please do consider hitting that like button And for those who have not yet subscribed, if hopefully we've earned that subscription and you guys hit that subscribe button. And on that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm going to take a 5-minute break, roughly, and then I will be back. Keep smiling, and no going dancing in the lava field, okay? That stuff is really hot. Don't touch. I'll be back. Smile. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've got the microphone back on before the song is over, so we're gonna get out of here. So thank you, everyone. I'm glad to have you all here, or welcome back. And I'm your host, DrFox2000. Thank you, Gura and Sue and Leo, and that is awesome. Okay, who was it that said they've got the Japanese beetles going in their pool? I don't know. I didn't realize the beetles were from Japan. I thought they were from England, but the fact they're using your pool, Tetra, that is horrible. Are you charging them admission, at least? I would. Anyway, let's pause that, and we will get around to other places. I want to see, yep, here comes the ice cream boat, and we're going to get some ice cream now. And B.E.J. Hawkins, soak some hot peppers, take the juice, spray bottle, couple of drops of Dawn soap in it. That will get rid of some of them. So that is pretty awesome. Hang on. Is that guy coming or is he leaving? I think he might be leaving. And we missed him again. Darn it. And I guess we're not getting ice cream today. Water, of course. Water. Yeah, we like water. I picked them out. Some are alive, but sometimes they are dead. Oh, dead bugs. I don't like bugs. All right, we are off to go take a look at, we did look at Hawaii, or did we? No, we didn't. Oh yeah, we did. We looked at everything there except for earthquakes. So let's go to our Hawaiian earthquakes and see what we've got going on. Earthquake map. There we go. And Hawaii, of course, has a red spot, and here's the entire chain and of the islands, and that is pretty awesome. Of course, Oahu here, and this is the big island of Hawaii, and we do see a fair amount of earthquakes, and really far out in the water, way out here, 2.2. 7:47 this morning at 34.3 kilometers down for that guy. Pretty weird, way out there. Let's quick peek at this 2.1. That is the latest one, 1807, and that happened there not too long ago, Pahala area. Zooming in a little bit, and we'll catch some of these other ones. 1.9. From 1439. This guy here is a 1.7 from 1511 or 3:11 in the afternoon. This guy here, 1.8 from yesterday, actually, from 2154, or just very close to 10 p.m. Let's work our way across from left to right. And this guy is a 2.3 from 6:58 this morning, 2.0 from 2:45, and this is a 1.8 from 2:49. Then we've got this guy here, 1.8 from 9:43, and looking at that, 2.1, 13:12, and then we've got a 2.3 at 3:30 in the afternoon, or 15:30, and then this guy 2.2 for 7 minutes after 2 p.m. and then this guy here is 8:47 a.m. 2.2, and as we carry on, 1.6 13:11 was the time on that guy. Catch this one out in the water real quick. 1.6 at 19 minutes after 12 noon. Did we get that one? Yeah, 1.9 from yesterday, 2049. This guy here from yesterday as well, 2007. This guy is 2.1 from yesterday as well. Gonna leave those, not worry about them. Let's see what these ones are. Brand new, or well, newish, from 3:48 p.m. Or 15:48 if you like. And that is a 1.7. And the next one is a 2.3 from 13:31 or 1:31 in the afternoon. And then we have a 2.0 from 7 minutes after 10 a.m. And we also see this 2.0 right here from 3:12 this afternoon. And all of these are roughly the same distance down, ranging between about 29 kilometers to about 35 kilometers down approximately, and makes you wonder what's going on there. I just want to have a quick peek here and see what's actually on the seafloor out here. There's a Luapehu seamount right in here. This is where this quake is, and that's quite a ways away from it. It's almost right down on the ocean floor, and that makes you wonder, is our hotspot moving? Or are the islands moving? The hotspot is staying in the same place, and that could be interesting. Anyway, getting back to our satellite view here, since we're zoomed out and looking at it, Mauna Kea over here doesn't get too many earthquakes, but we do have this guy, 2.5, 22.9 kilometers down, 9:05 a.m. Hopefully it didn't mess anything up. Zooming in a little bit more on the top of Mauna Loa, we see some odd ones here. 0.7, 3.3 kilometers down, 11:26. This guy here, it is 200 meters above sea level, so into the mountain already, and 0.8 from 10:59 a.m. This is another 0.8 yesterday at 2200, and that was 2.5 kilometers above sea level. This guy here, 1.6, and from 1457, that is 1.3 kilometers above sea level. Another small one, 0.8 from yesterday, 2309, 1 kilometer above sea level. And then this guy here from 913 as well, and 1.2 kilometers above sea level. The only one we didn't get is this little guy, 0.9, 5 kilometers down at 2:06 a.m. So that gives you what we've got out on Hawaii for new quakes. Nothing really serious or dangerous, but they are continuing, and as you can see, that's the spot right there, you guys. So Pahala area, definitely getting more quakes. Zooming out completely here, and just scanning around to look for more quakes. I don't see anything new sitting over here on the Kermadec Ridge. We see our mid-Atlantic, or sorry, mid-Pacific rift zones are quiet. I'm not seeing anything in this area in the Philippines or the eastern portions of in Indonesia, or even in Papua New Guinea. Everything seems to be quiet. We do have this guy here, and that is 5.2, Indonesia, 2 kilometers down from yesterday, 2310. Then a newer one here from, older, 4.7 at 1934, 64.8 kilometers down. We see, though, that our rumbling is still continuing in this area here, where we have the massive swarming, and there's another 5, and that happened 2:01 a.m., 10 kilometers down, 4.6 at 13:51, and then that's 10 kilometers down. 10 kilometers down, just an arbitrary number. They don't know the actual depth. 4.5 kilometers, or sorry, 4.5 magnitude from 11:52 a.m. For that guy. This one 4.5 as well, 12:31, 10 clicks down. This guy another 4.5. So you can kind of get the gist of it, and that's what we're seeing. It's continuing, and we'll see what happens in this area. Maybe we will see a new volcano. You never know, and always interesting. And this looks like it's right on a ridge here, and Mariana Islands, and that is of course a subduction zone. Mariana Trench, the deepest part in the oceans anywhere around the world that we know of. 35 kilometers down on that quake. We do see this little guy up here in Japan, 4.6, and that was from yesterday at 22:02. And really, I'm not seeing too many other big ones. What is, yeah, we looked at that. Nothing new in the Arab countries and that kind of thing. And let's see, yeah, this guy here, 5.5 down in Chile, subduction zone. This guy here, 4.2, also in Chile, and then this 4.4 in Peru. Some of these are quite a distance down. This one was 7.1 kilometers down. This one was 139 kilometers down. This one 91. So looking pretty awesome that way. Down here in Mexico, 4.1. Today at 12:24, 105 kilometers down, and then another 4.1, 41.5 kilometers down. That's about it. I'm not going to worry about the rest of them. Looks pretty awesome, you guys. Moving on, there we are. We already checked the Azores, so now we're going to have a look at the Canary Islands, and I'm actually going to refresh that, and we'll see what we've got here, because want to be up to date. We do see this guy here, 20 kilometers down, 2.7, and that is again from yesterday. The only one that we see today is the new one that is flashing, that is a 2.2, and that is 5 kilometers down, or sorry, 25 kilometers down. Again, out in the middle of the water, and I'm not sure, there doesn't appear to be anything around it, which is kind of odd. Anyway, zooming into La Palma, and we know that we have nothing, and we have had nothing for 2 days now. So the 5th and the 6th have had 0 quakes on La Palma, and that is very, very interesting. Good night, Judy L. Take care, and have a great evening. Sleep well. Popping over to the earthquake map. I'm going to refresh that because we want to make sure that we're up to date here. And we'll get rid of some of those advertisements. There we go. And just sliding over. So still only seeing Astja on Iceland. We do still see Seo George right there. And again, Seo Jorge, if you want to say it in Spanish. And Michael Volcano down here, South Sandwich Islands. Still yellow. Really not seeing a heck of a lot that has changed here. Yeah, Greenland, or sorry, New Zealand is pretty much quiet, even though Ruapehu and the Waidaw volcano are both there. We do see a Tofua out here in Tonga, and his buddy Hunga Ha'apai has not resurfaced, so I'm not sure what to think. Yasur still going strong, and his buddies are off-gassing as well. We see that they've changed a few of these to They were orange before, they're back to yellows, and Papua New Guinea seems to do quite a bit of that. Ibu and Dukono still doing their thing. Luolatok right there, and there's Semaru, Merapi, and Krakatoa. Not sure what we're going to have happen. And of course, there's the closest volcano, Barren Island volcano, closest volcano to that swarm that we see. So I don't think that is going to be related as far as activity, but it is under the same subduction area. So we could see something there in the future. And zooming back out a little bit on that map, there is Bulusan and Taal, and as we go up, Suwanosi Jima, and then Sakura Jima, the two red ones up there, sliding up. We do see it's this Chikarachki is orange, Ibiko orange, and Karimsky orange. So they're gonna stay like that for a while, I think. We never know about Karimsky or any of these. They could reignite at pretty much any point in time. And sliding over a little bit more, looking at what's in the south portions of Africa, and Mayot out here in Madagascar still there. Old Doño still doing its thing, and the one in DR Congo doing its thing. Urta Ale still working in Ethiopia, and of course we've got Mount Etna and Volcano and Stromboli and Campi there, and you also have Mount Vesuvius right there as well. And they're pretty much normal, nothing strange or unusual going on. And that brings us all the way back to Iceland, Astja. And but I want to see a cone here somewhere. I really do. I prefer it to be right in here in this area. That would be nice. You know, I'm sure you know where I'm pointing. All right. Northwest U.S. Still quiet too. Yep, it is. It is pretty quiet all the way around the planet. Actually, when we go look at that map, remember what I was saying about our typical level of activity is usually about 2,250 earthquakes around the planet. And we're still well below what we normally are. So you can see 1,970, and that still puts us a couple hundred, 250, 280 earthquakes below the average level that we've had on this planet. So kind of makes you wonder, and that's a 7-day total, by the way. So that's what we're looking at, and we're not seeing that, and we haven't for a while. Anyway, let's pop over to the weather maps. We're going to have a quick go at this. I'm going to do this one really, really quickly. So one of the things I did want to point out, remember I kept on telling everyone that we're going to end up with some off-gassing up north because some of that permafrost is melting. Well, there is no industry up here, or very, very minimal. There's a couple of gold mines and stuff, but nothing to generate this much SO2. So what's happening, in my belief, is some of that permafrost has melted and is now producing some SO2, as well as probably higher levels of methane, that kind of stuff. And that's unfortunate. But hey, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. This whole area up here, this used to be the tropics at one point in time. Mind you, it wasn't located up here. It was probably down here, but that's what it was. Okay, looking at North America and Central America, everything pretty normal. We see most of the flows here heading out into the Pacific, or heading in a northwesterly direction. Same thing from Venezuela, and then some of these other places with higher population densities. And we do see the flow up here flowing out into the Atlantic. Not that bad at all for North America. South America, we do see that plume still going way out into the Atlantic Ocean, and seems to be that flow is all heading in that same direction. We still got Mr. Curly here, and I'm thinking that is just a drifting cloud, because we did have, you know, it can't be from Tofua or Hunga, Hapai, Hunga. Yeah, boy, I'm gonna mess that up. Never mind. It's not from them, okay, not from Tonga. White Isle volcano, for something that is not on the map, it's sure off-gassing. And then we do still have our Yasur and those guys in Vanuatu. And I see Leo's got his barbecue fired up again, and a lot of SO2 there. Not as much SO2 coming from the coal plants, but that is okay. And yeah, boy, that must be some big barbecue Leo's got. Anyway, sliding up Papua New Guinea, and those volcanoes still doing their thing. And Luolatok, this would be Semeru, Merapi, and of course, what I was saying earlier here about Krakatoa is throwing off a little bit more SO2. Certainly is. Pig on the spit. Oh, okay. And is that what it is? All right, I'll let it go around. Yummy, yummy. And that will be good. Oh, hang on. Is Piggy still here? Piggy, it's one of your bad cousins. Don't worry about it. I knew that would get a reaction. Anyway, this plume here, of course, Ibu and Dakono right there. Bulusan making that little bit of a mess, and then of course we have some off-gassing happening from there again. That was Fred. He was okay. Uh-oh. Are you sure, Piggy? Well, Piggy, I'm sure Leo will let us know tomorrow if he was okay, because the taste will definitely tell us. Anyway, Suwanosejima making some of that mess, and then we have more off-gassing, and a lot of this right here is from Sakurajima, and that is what we're seeing there. Welcome, Duchess of Elements, and here we have our other volcanoes doing their off-gassing, nowhere near as intense as what they were before, and sliding over a little bit. We don't see too much else going on. We do have some new plumes here, maybe a fire or something happening in Africa or Zimbabwe area. Don't know for sure, but this is industrial stuff. Same with right there, industrial and the volcano. We know they've got a lot of coal mines right there. Urta Ale would be right about here. Very, very little plume, if anything, coming from it. Too hard to tell with everything that is happening in Saudi Arabia and Iraq and those areas. We do see more off-gassing here, which is kind of the same direction we seen the smoke trails go earlier in the video there from Mount Etna. So that's what it's doing. Doesn't look like we've got as much coming from Stromboli or Volcano, and definitely nothing from the other areas. Europe isn't looking too bad, doing all right there. Clean up in Norway, Sweden, Finland, the UK, and in Iceland. So that is pretty awesome, you guys. Let's get over to the weather map have a quick peek. I'm going to refresh this so we're on the right time. And there we are. Now remember that SO2 I was just talking about? You look at these temperatures up here, and this is just absolutely crazy. It's still 29, 30, 31 in some places. And that is the Mackenzie River. And that is awesome to see. It's just really crazy. I've never seen it that hot up north before. But I'm not going to worry about that so much. Alaska is looking pretty good. It's been hotter up there than it has been here. Okay, makes you wonder. Maybe this is the new Antarctic, or the new Arctic is going to develop right in here. No, maybe out here. We'll see. Anyway, most of the U.S. Cooking pretty good, and we are looking at some extremely high temperatures in Texas, as well as Arizona, Southern California, but in general, warm all over the place. Here's Storm Bonnie still off on the Mexican coast, creating more havoc for them. Looking at what we see here, Florida looking not bad. Also looking up the coast, it looks pretty good all the way up to Boston, 22 degrees. Up in Maine, not bad. Even Nova Scotia and PEI and those areas are looking pretty good. They do have a low right there that could create a little bit of a kerfuffle. And sliding down Central America, we got a high moving in. Hopefully that'll clear the skies a little bit for those guys. Those storms been beating them up pretty bad. Looking at the Amazon, 26, 27 degrees in some spots, a little bit warmer than what it was yesterday, which is nice. And looks like that temperature is moving back down a little bit, getting them a little bit more warm in some of those countries, and that is really cool. Bolivia and those areas, they were getting a little chilly there, and anyway, that's good there. Sliding over to New Zealand, looking a little cooler in New Zealand. They've got a high sitting on top of them, and that is a good thing, but also not a good thing when you've got the colder temperatures. Northern portions of New Zealand, of course, looking a little bit warmer, not as great, but still better than the southern island. And we have this massive low in here. This is really churning, so I'm sure we're going to see some storm stuff. Another low sitting out here by Tasmania. And Leo's outside temperature will be somewhere around 11, 12 degrees. But I bet you it's closer to the barbecue, as probably a little warmer. 12 over in Adelaide. We're showing 15 in Sydney, 16 in Sydney. Sliding up to a home of the Oz, and that is 19 degrees up there. All the way over to Perth. A little bit more like Melbourne, 10, 11 degrees, that kind of thing. Northern Australia looking not so bad. Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, hot, hot, hot. And of course, Bangkok will be 28 degrees and doing pretty good. Sue's bringing up the weather. I'm saying 82. Oh my God, it's only 69% relative humidity. And 29 Celsius, 85 degrees. Wow. Somebody has to go over there and start selling them moisturizer. The humidity level is going down. That means they're all going to get wrinkly, and this would be an opportunity. Kevin Haynes, you're going. Good night. Take care. Looking at Japan, we do see that storm off the coast. And looking pretty warm though, and that is awesome. And really warming up here in Russia as well. Some oddities of temperatures going up in the 32, 33 degree marks. Those people are just not used to that kind of thing there. and Kamchatka anywhere from about 14, 15 to 22 or whatever degrees, looking pretty good. India pretty normal, and looking at Saudi Arabia and those countries, pretty much normal for the heat that they have there. And this is nighttime right now, so they are definitely in their cool down state, which is pretty bad. 35, 36 degrees Celsius is pretty darn hot. Baghdad throwing in at 32, and we do see all these different countries here very, very hot. 37 degrees, and these are nighttime temperatures, you guys. Just imagine what it's like during the day. 35 degrees over here, and wow, crazy. A little bit more into what Piggy has got for temperatures at her house. 26 degrees, 25, 26, and that is over in Kos, Greece. We see Crete is holding about the same temperatures, and what do we got? Sicily, yeah, nice there. 24, 25 degrees, 27 on the coast. Beautiful, beautiful. And then seeing Italy for the most part, pretty much normal temperatures again. For nighttime, 20 degrees is beautiful. Looking at Spain and Portugal, warmer down on the southern portion. Up in the north here, they're getting hit with that cooler air coming in, but that's not so bad. France still holding temperature for the most part, a little cooler in some spots, but that's kind of weird because right up in the north, 17, you got 22 in the south, then you got 13 in the middle. Not good. Anyway, we do see we got some winds in a system possibly blowing over top of Holland, as well as hitting most of Germany. Southern portions look a little cooler tonight, and we do see England holding in some pretty good temperatures right now. 14 degrees out here in our Irish monk land, and that's kind of what we see. And then Wales would be 14, 15, 16, a little cooler in Scotland. Looking at Denmark, 14, 15 degrees, not bad for nighttime temperatures, guys. And looking all the way up Norway, and looking a little chilly, but that's okay. And we do see Oslo at about 12 degrees, Stockholm sitting at 12 as well, and Sweden not as warm either. A little bit warmer in Finland, but that is okay. Zooming out a little bit real quick, we see this massive low here drawing a lot of air, warm air from the Gulf Stream up, and that is warming up Iceland, and that is great. 11 degrees out in the peninsula right now, 12 in some areas, and even a little bit warmer in a couple of spots, but it is spotty. So that's kind of what we're seeing there. Gives you a pretty good idea. Let's get into precipitation real quick. See where the weather systems are. North America, we do see up here in the Arctic, lots of fog and some ice rain in those areas up top there. Looks like a fair amount of rain happening in Alaska and the Yukon, and most of British Columbia looks like it's got rain showers. A little bit here in Alberta, don't know what's going on with that. Then we see this in Manitoba and Ontario going, I don't know where that's going to head, but it looks interesting. And isolated thunderstorms all over the place here in the U.S. And we do see that, not only in the central areas, but everywhere. Really, lots of storms everywhere. and that includes down here in Florida, looking a little better in Texas, no storms in Arizona. Looking at what we've got, let's see, on the East Coast, yeah, boy, a lot of different places. You pick it, and I'm sure they've got a thunderstorm coming real soon. Ooh, this is nasty here, and that would be hitting Nova Scotia, PEI, and portions of Newfoundland, and that is hopefully not too bad for people like Sue, and that is weather for Halifax. 16 degrees, conditions are cloudy. You're not getting any rain. I'm surprised that Halifax isn't getting any. And looking at what we've got, there's that equatorial storm I keep talking about all the way across, kind of big straight line. And let's look at South America real quick. Northern portions, same as usual. Venezuela is being dinged quite a bit there. And regular storms in some of those other places. Not so bad in the Amazon. Looking at Buenos Aires, we're getting nailed by a storm there. This low here has seemed to move out. Actually, I think it went across and moved to the other side. This may be a different low, but they're not getting that storm that they had sitting there before. So hopefully that will have things a little bit easier for them. Here's that thing that's sitting out in the water in between New Zealand and Australia, and we do see we've got another low down here starting to attack Tasmania, and the barbecue is going to be over. It's starting to get rain here, and hopefully it'll be cooked before the barbecue is done. All right, looking at the rest of the area, same as usual. We get storms all over the place there, and nothing has changed. We do see that we do have a pretty nasty storm here. Looks like, I'm not sure if that's China or North Korea. I think it's a little bit of both here. So that's North Korea. So yeah, most of it is in China. But South Korea looks not bad. And of course, there we see that storm out in the Pacific that moved away from Japan, which is really good. And looking at India, pretty much normal stuff there. Madagascar looking like they're in a better shape than they have been. Let's take a look at what we've got going on in Europe. And looks pretty dry down here. Piggy, you got nice weather. Same thing with Italy. It's going to be hot and dry. And then we see this stormy stuff in the Alps. Nothing new or weird. And of course, this is a part of that other storm that's blowing through here. And looks like rain for the most part in Germany and some of the areas here, just German and Danish border, kind of getting some rain pouring on it, and then it's moving into Sweden and Norway. So pretty cool. We do see that low out there as well. And then this nasty stuff sitting just off Iceland, that low. Boy, that is, even though it's quite warm there, and that low is drawing in that warmer air, it's still bringing lots of clouds and rain with it, and that kind of stuff. So that's what we are seeing there so far. That's pretty much it for today. As we can see, we still have a bunch of other disturbances around the world, and I'm not going to worry about all of them. We do see a big, huge low up here, and that is north of Russia. Don't know if that's going to make it over towards North America, but it probably will. Quick peek to look for the coldest temperature, and we'll zoom in by 1 or 2, and we'll take a quick scan here. and see what we can find. Minus 68 is what I found, minus 69, and I'm not seeing a heck of a lot there. Minus 69 Celsius. What about over here if we go looking and scanning? Minus 63, 64. Yeah, I think minus 69 is going to be our cold temp for today, is what we found. And I don't think there are any colder ones unless somebody else has found a colder spot that I didn't see. So minus 62, 64. Yeah, I think we're going to have to live with that minus 69 degrees wherever that was. And that'll be good for now. So where was it? 67. I seen the 67 there. 68, 69. Do we hear 70? And no, and not finding it. There's a minus 69 C though. Cold enough to freeze your penguins. Please remember, think of the penguins, and make sure that you dress them up before you send them out to go play in the snow. And on that friendly note, thank you everyone, and hopefully that you guys will have hit that like button. We're still about 11 shy. Oh, Sue found a minus 72. I only found a minus 69, so you win today, Sue. And yep, coldest, and no, save that drum roll, Sharon. Sue found a minus 72. But you know, like I said, anything below minus 40 degrees Celsius, you ain't gonna tell the difference. You'll find a god in every golden closier. Okay, not sure what that's all about, James, but all right. And thank you everyone for being here tonight. I do appreciate all of you. Big thank you for all the members that are here and support the channel. That's all of you guys that are the green ones, and as well as everyone here within that lava family. And you are all part of that wonderful group to help out and support and make things happen. So thank you all. No super chats tonight, so I'm not going to worry about that. And thank you to our moderators, Arizona Snowman, Piggy, Lucas Snow, C&D Boy, and Joseph Fields Official, and of course 24/7 AZ Live, or is it 24/7 Live AZ? Anyway, Gary, that's it. I have to bring that up. Boy, I'm hard. He changed that or something. I messed me up. I'll bring that up. Okay, I found it west of where Doc was. Okay, anyway, I did bring up Gary's link there. It's 24/7 live AZ Skies. That's it. Sorry, Gary, I messed that up. Anyway, I fixed it because we have that link in there to your channel. So all cool. So that's it, you guys. Take care, everyone. Good night, and thank you all for being here. And really, I do appreciate each and every one of you. And we will see you all tomorrow night. All right, and that's it for now. And let's get you back onto lava as we end off the day. So we'll kick that into gear, and that's it. Have yourselves a wonderful evening. Good night, and thank you. Mona Alfano, you take care, and we'll see you. Guten Abend, Klaus, and good night. And on those notes, be good, and please, everyone, make sure that you tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and this is VolcanoX live stream. Good night, everyone. Oink, oink.